a bit more about Emmanuel. Emmanuel Lopez has been a good friend of mine for a while. We've been having these, we get together for lunch, you know, once every couple months or so over the past couple years, and we've had these great discussions. And I said to Emmanuel about a year ago, I said, you know, we should consider having our own show. And here we are on Mensch Life.
Yeah,
so
law of attraction, you created it.
well, I'm delighted. Thank you very much, and I'm delighted to have you part of this exciting adventure.
Yes, I feel honored being here.
Well, it's great to have you.
It's amazing.
So, Emmanuel, tell us about yourself. What do you do? I know you're doing great work, but tell us what's going on with you, and how can you help people?
Well, you know, it's amazing, because what you were talking about, our dialogues over the past couple of years, is part of what I love doing as a motivational specialist. Is that one of the keys of being successful in your career or your life is building relationships. So, you know, it's been a natural point of view for me all my life, and it's helped me during the success of my business. My company is called Crackers World Communications.
Right. And
this is my 23rd year of being in business. And so I'm celebrating that, as well as the fact that I look very young looking.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I must be doing something right, and this is what I'm now doing, is teaching others how to stay motivated, how to follow their passions and stay energized, because passion is your fuel. And I love movies, so movies have fueled me during what I call my early midlife crisis back in the year 2000.
Yeah.
And that was a real test, because my money and jobs just stopped coming in. I was a full-time illustrator before that.
Right.
And at the same time, I lost my sense of purpose. My dad passed away without any warning, so it was an extremely dark year.
Right.
So, but it was a turning point year, and so I call it my early midlife transition now.
Right.
And because movies and relationships helped me to move forward when I just could not get up in the morning.
Right.
It helped me move forward. So,
right.
So I realized that these were tools, following my passions and building relationships that were going to be supportive, were something that would build my optimism. So when somebody a couple of years later said, you know, you can make money doing this, I said, wow. You know, I love helping people.
Watching movies and making a living.
Yeah. So, you know, how about that?
Up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So a couple of years later, that was around 2004, I developed Motivatorman, which was a really fun name to encapsulate how fun it can be to survive career transitions, to overcome any unexpected change or crisis, especially with the economic downturn right now.
Right.
So I really feel that I was born to help people, especially now in this time of need. So, so thus Motivatorman.com was born, and you know, you may be introducing me as Emmanuel Lopez or Motivatorman.
Right.
Be just like Prince or Cher. I'm suddenly just Motivatorman.
Motivatorman.
Yeah.
Well, it works. Now you have this this great blog, which I've been receiving your tips, motivational tips, and it's now called Movies That Motivate.
Movies That Motivate. Yeah.
And what's the website for Movies That Motivate? Or do they go? Do
you
they
can
just
go
to
you can go to motivatorman.com.
Right.
And I've been blogging for about 3 years now, and it was at a time when I had no idea what the word blog meant.
Right.
And I'm so glad that I just tried it out. You know, it's just like all these other social networking sites. You've got to just try it. You know, Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Well, blogs enabled me to be able to share and document my transition into a full-time motivational specialist.
Right.
Because I just knew that people would want to know what helped me get through, you know, the dark times, as well as, you know, just how people get stuck in trying to get work.
Right.
And so twice a week, every Wednesdays and Sundays, I was dedicated to writing down the movies that helped me whenever I was stuck. And it could be anything. It could be just like how to stay energized, how to build relationships on a global level, how to find work, how to disconnect from relationships that you don't want to be a part of.
Right.
So the amazing thing is, like, it was like all over the world. Like, people can automatically find me and subscribers started to build. The surprising thing is that within 6 months, the Washington Post had actually written me up as a recommended resource for motivational tips and movies that inspire. And
Right.
I didn't even know this until like months later. So
Right.
that was an exciting thing
And
to learn.
you're turning this into a book now, aren't you? Or?
Yes. I'm now past 200 tips. So what I've done is I've taken out of first 200 tips, the top 10 tips, as well as there's somebody calling right now. What's the URL? Motivatorman.com. And so they can see the movies, a listing of the movies that I talk about, because this book is meant to be the motivational resource for anybody who just needs to get energized, who needs to get unstuck.